driving. Like Prabhuji is driving, so I'm just
No, no problem. Thank you for
explaining.
joining.
Hare Krishna.
We'll start with the prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shrirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे हुकुम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपा तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् Wonderful. I think it's Jawad Prabhu also joined. Thank you, Prabhuji, for joining in. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry I was in Taekwondo class of Jaideep. I just
Hi.
got free.
No, no problem, Prabhu. I got the message, so I knew you're going to join. Thank you so much. Really appreciate. So you all are able to see my screen. Today we are going to start from 9.21. So let's recite this together. Te tam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam
तीर्थं भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालम्
Shine punye mrityalokam vishanti
Shire Pune Lokam
मृत्युलोकं
Vishanti
विशन्ति
Evam traidharmam anuprapanna
Evam
त्रयी
Taitama
धर्मामनुप्रपन्ना
Gatagatam kama kama labante.
Kata
Tata Ram Ram Bhante.
कामकामलभन्ते
Beautiful, thank you. Here Krishna is saying, when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to the mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Now, this is a very important aspect we are talking about. Let me go back here and read. So, what we read, and those who study the Vedas and drink the Somara, seeking the heavenly planet, worship me indirectly, purified of sinful reaction. They take birth on the pious heavenly planets of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. That was the verse we covered last week, which means last to last week, whenever we met. Now, what happens? Okay, this is great. You see, at least in India, right, people do a lot of pious activities. Why do they do pious activities? The reason is basically they want pleasure, they want an enjoyable life. They understand there are better facilities available and there are better pleasure available than the one which we have in material world, so they want to experience that. For that they actually do other devata worship. They worship Ganpati, they worship Lord Shiva, they worship Mother Saraswati, they worship Lord Brahma, not really exactly. They worship Mother Kali, Kali Mata, and then they also worship variety of devatas. The intention behind that is If I worship them, by their blessing, my material problems will be solved. Or even the higher thing is, they think about, oh, I will get the higher planet birth, right? So that's the thing. But here the challenge which is being spoken by Krishna in this verse is, even if we go to the heavenly planet and we get better pleasure there, but results of pious activities are exhausted, we return to the mortal plane again. What does that mean? Sorry, give me 1 second. So what happens is, when we exhaust our karma, we again come back to this material world. It is like, I was just talking the other day. Imagine your company sponsor you a stay in a 7-star hotel, and in that stay, food is included, whatever type of food you want to eat. Spa is included. All the luxurious activities are included as part of your stay. Okay, and you got there 1 month. And now after the 1 month, you have a 2-day trip. And in that 2-day trip, the same company gives you a roadside motel. Doesn't have a fan, AC doesn't work, the bed has bed bugs. Forget about the food being included. The next restaurant is like few miles away, like 15, 20 miles away. And on top of it, you park your car, somebody breaks your car glasses to steal something. Now, what would you experience? Now you compare, hey, I got 1 month stay in 7-star hotel, and now all of a sudden I'm staying in a motel and everything is completely ruined there, right? That is exactly how it feels when someone goes to the heavenly planet, having wonderful, and this is just one very tiny comparison. Heavenly planet pleasures are way, way, way beyond than what we can imagine, but for our level we can connect those dots, because we haven't been in heaven, so we don't know how it looks like. Even if we have been, we just forgot about it. We don't remember our past lives. At least definitely in this life we are not in heaven. um so now the misery feels even more worse, because now you experience something very highly. So here, for people who wants to go to the heavenly planet where they worship the devatas and they somehow get there, but when their pious activities are exhausted, it's like a bank account. You accrued some karma, you accrued some balance, and now you are actually there in heavenly planet to actually reap the fruits of it. And once that balance is over, you become from crorepati to roadpati. You come back to the road. What is the road here? Is coming back to material world. So those who seek the sense enjoyment by adhering to the principle of three Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Because from lowest planet in the material world to the highest planet is Brahmaloka. What is one thing which is common? Birth, old age, disease, and death. So disease may not be there in higher planet. The old age may not be there in the higher planet, but birth and death is definitely there in all the material planets. So why do we actually hanker for something which is temporary? Right? Why do we hanker? Like it is there is this beautiful analogy or beautiful story which we hear. There was a woman whose regular bread and butter was to go to the forest and get the pile of wood and then sell it, and whatever she earns, that's how she was running her livelihood. So one time she went, she got a bunch of wood, and then she put on the head. That's how they carry, right? They don't have a car and all that stuff, at least during earlier times, right? And then it fell off. Now it fell off. Interestingly, Krishna came there. And then Krishna approached her saying that, what can I do for you? So what did she ask? This bunch which fell down, can you put it on my head? Right? So here, Lakshmi Pati is there right in front of you. What do you ask? You ask for something which is so small. And that is exactly our situation. That lady is nothing, no one else other than us, because we ask those petty things from Krishna when he has something so sublime to offer. We talk about, this is the puja we used to do. Sukha sampati gar ave kashta mite tanka. Sukha sampati means give me happiness, give me money, should not have any health issues, and that is what I'm worshipping for. Well, that's exactly like asking for those wood pile or whatever it is, because Krishna can offer us something more sublime. Krishna can offer us the life which is beyond the birth, old age, disease, and death. Krishna can offer us a life where you don't have to work. Krishna can offer you a life where you don't have to pay auto insurance, you don't have to pay home insurance, you don't have to buy the house to stay, and you can get a royal place just free of cost. You don't have to suffer through the heat and cold of this material world. You don't have to suffer through the health issues. You do not have to suffer through relationship issues. Everything is just perfect right there. You don't have to cook, you don't have to wash vessels. You desire, I want to eat gulab jamun, and gulab jamun manifest right there. But our challenge is that we want to actually experience something which is so minute. I was sharing this story. This is in Srimad Bhagavatam. I don't remember the exact canto. But Indra got cursed. Who is Indra? He is the king of heaven. So Indra got cursed because he did something, and he got cursed to become a pig in the material world. So he became a pig in the material world. Now, because in material world, he also had a family. He had a female pig who was his wife. He also has kids. So now what had happened is, when he came down in the material world, there was a havoc going in heavenly planet because nobody was there to rule the kingdom. So Brahma said, "Okay, let me reach out to Indra and let me bring him back." So he went to Indra. What was Indra doing there? He was eating the fresh stool. And then Brahma came and asked him, "Hey Indra, oh Brahmaji, welcome, welcome. You want to come and have prasad?" He said, "Not this one, man. Please stop talking about all this nonsense." He said, "Okay, what brings you here?" Well, the position is still open and we really need you come back. No, 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 my life is perfect. I'm enjoying my life here. You see my beautiful wife. I have two kids. Look at them, so cute they are. And Brahma is looking at the pigs and piglets. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Brahma, try to come to senses. You are the king of the heavens. What are you talking about? All this nonsense. No, no, no. I have a beautiful wife. I have beautiful kids. I don't want to come to the heavenly planet. I'm happy here. I don't want to go anywhere else. This is heaven. Brahma, like, now the situation is getting difficult there on the heavenly planets. Okay. So Brahma arranges a situation. There is a slaughterhouse. And Indra, his wife, and all the kids are captured there. And now it's time for the slaughtering them. So first, the piglet comes in, gets slaughtered. Indra sees, starts crying, but then Brahma says, "We want to come." No, 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 I want to be here. This is the wonderful place to be in. Second kid, third kid, his wife. Everybody was slaughtered. Now it was his turn. His head was just under the chopping board, over the chopping board. And then Brahma says, "Do you want to come?" "Oh, yes, 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 I want to come." What is this analogy giving us? What this is a real thing actually. What is it teaching us? We are exactly living like that pig. We have something wonderful to be offered in spiritual world, but we want to enjoy these tool-like things of this material world, and we want to rot here. We say that this is the perfect place to be in, and then unless our relatives, until everyone in front of us is being slaughtered by the time, we don't realize. Unfortunately, it goes even worse. Until our term doesn't come, our turn doesn't come, we don't realize what exactly it is. We feel, no, no, my family went, my wife went, my husband went, my parents went, my father went, my mother went, my in-laws went. I'm not going to go. That is the unfortunate situation of this material world, and especially unfortunate situation of us. So that is what is being spoken in this verse. Prabhupada is saying, one who is promoted to the higher planetary system enjoys a longer duration of life and better facilities for sense enjoyment. Great. Yet one is not allowed to stay there forever, because that place itself is temporary. One is again sent back to this earth upon finishing the resultant fruits of pious activities. We gave an example about 7-star hotel and motel. He who has not attained perfection of knowledge, as indicated in Vedanta Sutra, Janmadi Asyataha, or in other words, he who fails to understand Krishna, the cause of all causes, becomes baffled about achieving the ultimate goal of life and thus subjected to the routine of being promoted to higher planets and then again coming down as if situated on a ferry's wheels, which sometimes goes up and sometimes comes down. Wonderful example. That is the situation. We don't even realize if I don't accept Krishna, if I don't follow Krishna consciousness, next womb is ready for me. And after that birth, another womb is waiting for me. Which birth, we just don't know. Whether it's an animal, whether it's a bird, whether it's a plant, or whether it's a tree. Like, like you see, the trees, they stand like that, irrelevant of whether it is cold, whether it is heat, whether it is snowing. They can't even move. That is the situation. Who are they? People who have nothing to do with anything with Krishna consciousness. They just want to enjoy life. They want to stay naked. And for those people, tree is the best life. Why you are talking about a human life is not given for us? Like sometime, the how the market is. Sometimes you do not perform well in your job. And what happens when you do not perform well in your job? You are given a pink slip. Why you are given a pink slip? Because I did not do my job properly. I was given a higher responsibility, but I did not play that, so I lose my job. Similarly, we got a human birth of life, which is a very highly elevated platform to actually go to Krishna. But I utilize in what? Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. I want better eating, I want better sleeping, I want to enjoy sex in a better way, and then I want to defend. I want to secure my home. I want to secure my phone. I want to secure my car. I want to secure everything. My life insurance, health insurance, auto insurance, all insurance. I. Then what happens? Krishna says, "Why do you need the human form of life? Leave that. I'll give you a better human. I'll give you a better life where you don't have to work so hard. So you get a bird's life. What do you have to do? Oh, someone gives you the food and then you eat and then just enjoy. That's it. You don't have to work. You don't have to actually inquire about Krishna. That is unfortunate thing. The purport is that instead of being elevated to spiritual world from which there is no longer any possibility of coming down, one simply revolves in the cycle of birth and death, or higher and lower planetary system. One should better take to the spiritual world to enjoy an eternal life where there is no concept of age. The time factor doesn't work there, and never return to the miserable material existence. Unfortunately, this remains a theory for most of us. Unless something really tragic or tragic, whatever we now I'm not able to pronounce. Something happens in our life which actually changes the whole ball game together. Otherwise, it just remains a theory. I'll read Bhagavad Gita. I'll give the Bhagavad Gita class. I'll hear the Bhagavad Gita class. I'll go Sunday feast and then leave. Finish. You don't take up Krishna consciousness with the intensity, but sometimes situation really goes tipsy topsy. And at that time, we realize, man, I am now in a difficult spot. I can't get out of it. Right? That is why the human life should be utilized to dovetail our life in Krishna consciousness. Chandramauli Maharaj came. Very wonderful opportunity to actually have his association. Very powerful personality. He came, stayed here for 10 days, and he gave classes almost every day in temple. So I knew his schedule. So sometimes he would sleep at 11 p.m. and then wake up at 3 a.m. 4 hours sleep, chanting his rounds. His schedule was more tight than any of us working folks here. 3 o'clock he will do. He'll wake up. He will chant till 7:30. Then he will give Bhagavatam class. Then he will start reading other books. He would have some other things to do, finishing up his presentation, preparing for his next visit, what he's going to speak, and all that stuff. He wouldn't have time to even eat lunch. What is he utilizing his what where is he utilizing his time to remember Krishna, to preach about Krishna? And if we just keep our schedule side by side, what do I do? Okay, say I wake up at 5, then I chant few rounds here and there, then um I prepare lunch for the kids and they go to school, and then I chant few of my rounds, then I work from 9 to 5, right? And between I have lunch, and 5 o'clock I'm so tired, I want to spend some time, and then after that, in couple of hours, you have your dinner at 6 and then you go to sleep. It just goes on. Where is Krishna consciousness here? It's like a pickle, small quantity in the whole day, very small quantity. And at the same time, I'm asking Krishna to give me the highest goal. Well, this is completely like we were just talking few weeks back. It's like you go to work, you work for 1 hour and you go home, and at the end of the year you tell the boss, hey, I need a 50% increment. The boss smiles, he just laughs at you. And are you kidding? You are just working 1 hour a day for 365 days. You got a full paycheck every month. You're supposed to work 8 hours or 9 hours, whatever it is, and you are asking that I'll give you 50% hike. Well, exactly, we do the same thing with Krishna. Yeah, I want to give the minimal time to you. I have a minimal commitment for you, but I want something more tangible than this. Krishna is just going to laugh. Hey, just be reasonable, man. Like we talk about, we have to be practical. We have to take care of our family. We have to take care of our job. That's okay. Krishna understand. Krishna wants. Krishna told Arjuna, you do your duty. So I'm doing my duty. I have 10-15 minutes here and there, and I give it to Krishna. Krishna says, okay, you gave me 15 minutes, I gave you 15 minutes. Tata, bye bye. Now you enjoy, I'm enjoying. You stay here in the material world, you wanted to anyhow stay here. So you stay here, I'll go there. Unless we actually take Krishna consciousness as our life, we will not achieve the highest goal of our life. We may get a better birth, but that doesn't save us from the life of birth and death. We'll get caught up there. This is the same thing happened to Ajamil. 6th canto, 1st chapter. Ajamil was a wonderful Brahmana. Everything was wonderfully being performed by him. One day his father asked him, you go to the forest to get some wood for cooking and for fire sacrifice. So he went there. When he went to the forest, what did he see? He saw a prostitute enjoying with a low class man. And he got attracted to that prostitute. He came back, tried to control his thoughts that I don't want to think about that prostitute. I have a wonderful wife, I have a wonderful family. But he couldn't resist. He started thinking about her, and he ended up bringing that prostitute as the maid servant to his house. And then slowly, he kicked out all his family members, his wife, his parents, and he married to that prostitute. And that prostitute was keep asking, fulfill my this desire, fulfill that desire. So he realized with the regular way, I cannot fulfill her desire. So he started robbing people. He started killing people. That way, whole life passed through. At the age of 80, he had a son called as Narayan. Somehow, someone gave him an intelligence. A Brahmana came to their home and he said, you should put your name, son's name as Narayan. And then what happens? The death personified comes. And at the time when he sees the horrible death personified Yamaraj, Yamadutas, he called up, Narayan, Narayan, because he was attached to his youngest son. He didn't call the name of Vishnu, actually he tried to call his son's name. Immediately who came? Vishnu Dutas came. And then Vishnu Dutas told Yamadutas, you can't claim that soul because he chanted the name of Lord Vishnu. And they left. And this guy realized, I wasted my life doing sense gratification and doing all abominable activities. Now what should I do? So he went to Haridwar, did 100 years of tapasya, then went back to spiritual world. Ajamil is actually not a character in scriptures, but we actually ourselves represent Ajamil. What is Ajamil representing here? Trying to enjoy separate from Krishna, trying to enjoy separate from religious principles. And when we just do that, one day we see Yamadutas. Unfortunately, we are not so fortunate that we will get second life. Where Krishna says, "Oh, you made a mistake. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, forgive me, please. I want, give me another chance, and I'll recorrect everything. I'm sorry. The next womb is ready for you based on your karma. I'm going to become either a dog, I'm going to become a cat, or going to the hellish planet based on the activities I'm doing." So we go in the cycle of birth and death. This is what this verse is talking about. Any questions or comments here?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Okay. Next one is a very beautiful verse. What is the hope for us? Krishna says, Ananyas mam
Ananyāscintayanto maṁ
ye jana pariyupasate
ye jana
ये
pasate
tesham nityabhiyuktanam
tisha nitabhikna
yogakshem vahamiham.
योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
This is actually the slogan LIC uses. And we'll read the meaning. Krishna said, but those who always worship me, who have decided I want to give my life to Krishna with exclusive devotion, not only devotion. Krishna is not saying with devotion, he's saying with exclusive devotion. Now, what is the meaning of exclusive? While hearing the class, I'm chanting. While working, I'm chanting. While cooking, I'm chanting my regular rounds. While driving, I'm chanting. That's not called as exclusive. Exclusive means dedicated, complete focus. And that is what is Krishna's talking about. One who gives me a topmost priority, what do I do for him? One who meditates on my transcendental form. What does meditate on transcendental form means? Visiting the beautiful temple, attending the arti, participating in all the functions of the temple program. That is called as meditation on the transcendental form. To them, I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. Amazing. This is what LIC says. We preserve what you have. They do not say that I carry what they lack, what you lack. No. So, what is Krishna offering here is something really sublime, because most of us are working for what? For money, right? We want money. Why do we want money? So that we have a good social life, so that we have a good status in the market, so we can earn, we can have a nice house, we can have a nice car, we can have a good bank balance, and our kids education and everything is taken care of. But here Krishna is saying, if you worship me, I'll provide what you lack. So if I don't have a health, Krishna says I'll give you health. If I don't have money, Krishna says I'll give you money, and I preserve what you have. You will not lose that, because a lot of times you see more people have, they are more worried about losing them. What happen if I lose my money? What will happen if I lose my house? What happen if I lose my XYZ, whatever it is? Krishna says, if you worship me with exclusive devotion, I preserve what you have, and I preserve what you have, and I provide what you lack. What a wonderful hope Krishna is giving, that if you are trying to make your life Krishna consciousness, everything will be fulfilled. Your health, your relationship, your financial problems, your job, your visa status, everything is taken care of. But our problem is that I want to give minimal to Krishna. I don't want to give an exclusive time to devotion. I've got 5-10 minutes here and there, and Krishna, this is what I offer you. Then Krishna says, you stay here. Why you don't want to come to me? Just don't start joking with me, man, saying that you want to come to me. You don't want to. You like it here. You stay here. What is the problem? After death, you'll have another birth in the material world. You enjoy. Do you any of you remember the story of Kailash?
What?
Okay, I'll repeat. So one time Narada Muni was given a ticket by Lord Vishnu. What is the ticket? I give you a free ticket. Whomever you choose, anyone wants to come to the spiritual world, they can come in. So Narada Muni got that ticket. He said, now you go and distribute. So Narada Muni came to Kailash. Kailash was a wonderful farmer. So Narada Muni told him, hey, see, I've got a ticket. What is this ticket for? Going back to spiritual world. Do you want to come? Free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. So what did Kailash said? Well, I have to take care of my kids are just small now. I have to grow them and you come after a few years. Narada Muni went away with disappointment. He came after a few years. He said, my kids are grown and now I have to get them married. Come after a few years. Again, Narada Muni left after disappointment. He came after a few years. Now Kailash was really old. He said, I have a grandkids now. I have to take care of them. Who is going to take care of them? My kids are so busy with their work and all that stuff. Husband is working, wife is working. We don't have a time to take care of kids. They don't have a time to take care of kids. So I'm taking care of them. Come after a few years. Okay. Narada Muni came and he didn't see the Kailash there. So he was searching for him. He saw his photo was hanging on the wall. And there was maybe a rotten garland hanging around his face. Oh, Narada Muni got up like um this disappointed, thinking that, oh, what happened to Kailash? And then at the time while he was coming out, there was a dog barking. Pow, pow. Narada Muni said, why are you barking at me? He said, Narada Muni, I'm Kailash. Hey, you took a dog form? Yeah, what to do? I got this dog form. Okay, I still have the ticket. Do you want to come? He said, not really. My kids have these farms. They don't know how to take care of them. I have to protect these farms. Come after a few years. Narada Muni went. Again came after a few years. Now the dog was not to be found. And then Narada Muni was leaving in disappointment. I don't know where the Kailash left now, which birth. So there was a snake. Narada Muni says, why are you doing like this to me? Narada Muni, I'm Kailash. Hey, you got the snake form now? Narada Muni says, man, do you want to come now? I still have that ticket. What did Kailash said in the snake form? Hey, these farm fields are there. The neighbors try to come and steal the things here. I have to take care of the farms. Narada Muni understood. Hey, this guy is not going to learn this way. So he went inside. He called his kids. He said, hey, you guys have a snake in your house. They brought the sticks, hit the snake left and right, and then Kailash actually died with the hand of his kids for whom he was dedicating his life. Not in one life, many, many lives. Who is Kailash? We are Kailash. What are we doing? Yeah, I have to take care of my wife. I have to take care of my family. I have to take care of my kids. I have to take care of my grandkids. I have to take care of my job. I have to take care of my 401k. I have to take care of my retirement. I have to take care of kids' college. And I have to take care of getting them married. And I have to take care of their grandkids. And I have to take care of this property. I have to take care of that. And then we keep rotating in the cycle of birth and death. Previous verse. Actually, this beautiful story applies to previous verse. What is Krishna saying? One who decides to give me an exclusive devotion, I make sure he's taken care of. There are few verses going down the line. Krishna is telling Arjuna, you go and announce the world, my devotee never perishes. What does that mean? Hey, I take care of them personally. Imagine the CEO is checking, calling you. Hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you for long. Is everything okay? Your health is okay? Do you need some help? I can come and serve. Hey, do you want to go to the college? Your car is not working. I can drive you to the college. How do you feel? A prime minister calling you and asking you, I can do this service to you. Krishna is the prime minister of all the prime minister. He is saying, I will take care of you. Just do an exclusive devotion. What is Prabhupada saying? One who is unable to live for a moment without Krishna consciousness cannot but think of Krishna 24 hours a day. What do we think when we are free? We start doing planning. Hey, let me see how my funds are growing. I invested my money in this place. What happens to the housing market? What happens to the cars market? What happens to my 401k? Right? Did I get my salary or not? But Prabhupada is talking about a person who cannot, is unable to live for a moment without Krishna consciousness. He is engaged in devotional service by hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, rendering other services, cultivating friendship and surrendering fully to the Lord. Cultivating friendship of whom? Not materialistic people. They will not help you. Only spiritual friends will help you. How would you make spiritual friends? By coming in association of devotees. That's how you form friendship. So that the only desire is to achieve the association of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such a devotee undoubtedly approaches the Lord without difficulty. Very easy. They are ready to embrace the death. Because death, they feel happy. Finally, I'm out of this material body. But we are fearful about death. Why? Because we feel I'm going to lose my identity. I'll lose my material birth. But they do not get afraid of that. Shema refers to merciful protection of the Lord. The Lord helps the devotees to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga. And when he becomes fully Krishna conscious, the Lord protects him from falling down to the miserable condition life. I was just sharing with my mother-in-law. Lot of people were actually doing remote healing for Nayan Sundari when she was leaving. And actually Nayan Sundari came to each and every one of them. She came and told them, I'm so happy. I don't have any health issues. I don't have suffering. I'm out of suffering now. She told actually. What does that represent? That the same death, right, is actually an enjoying experience for them because now I'm out of this material body. I'm going to the spiritual world. I will have a permanent body. This is, I think it was Ramanujacharya. When he was leaving, his disciples were crying. What did Ramanujacharya told them? Yeah, I should be crying for you guys. I'm going to the spiritual world. I don't have to cry. Why are you crying? I'm going to the spiritual. I'm not rotting here in the material world. He said, I should cry for you. I'm going to the spiritual world, but you guys are still here in the material world. Not as a making a joke or making fun of them. But this is a reality. Like lot of devotees after Nayan Sundari passed away, they were coming. We are so sorry to, we are so sorry for whatever happened. I'm like, why are you being sorry? She didn't go to another lower planet. She didn't take the birth of a dog or a cat. She went back to spiritual world, out of the cycle of birth and death. Where are you talking about being sad? Actually, we should be feeling sad about ourselves that we are still here in the material world. Right? That is the whole point this verse is talking about. Any questions or comments here?
Uh, that one thing which we explained, like the LIC, right?
Mm.
What is that? Yoga. So that is what I we know that it's a- for the life and after the life. Is that a meaning, right? Am I right, or is something different in
That is
Bhagavad
what they
Gita?
put. But what is going to happen? So even if I leave my life, okay. So what happens is you create the nominations, and then that money go to your nominees. But these relationships, so your son got or your daughter got after we leave, right? Whoever left,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Is it giving it to you? No, it's not giving it to you. After life, you're gone. You cannot carry any of that stuff.
Right.
Correct? For the life, not after the life. Actually, is the real meaning, real understanding of it,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Because I'll tell you, sometimes we earn so much of money. Sometimes we have such a big bank balance. We get such a disease, all the money just goes there just on the disease itself. I know a lot of people who are extremely rich, they became beggar on the street. End up paying everything, losing everything. So, in a nutshell, if I work for 60 years and after whatever I earned after 60 years, just within one hospitalization or with one disease, all 60 years income which I earned is lost. Recently, my sister-in-law, um, her father-in-law passed away. He was, I think, 80 or whatever, 75, 80. Lost his memory. He did not remember what is his name. He can't recognize his son. They his bones were so weak. He fell down. They hospitalized him. Within, if he go to the hospital, he was paying like 3 lakhs per day. He was a doctor, but at the end of the day, in spite of being a doctor, he didn't have his own memory altogether. He couldn't recognize him. He couldn't recognize his son. What is the unfortunate situation that I spend my day and night earning the money, thinking that I'm going to raise my kids, I'm going to take care of them, I'm going to take care of their college, I'm going to take care of my family. What do I do for myself? So it is definitely not afterlife. That's what LIC says, coming back to your question. It is only for this life. And that also, they do not preserve what you lack. They will provide you some interest on top of it. But do they guarantee that I will not get sick and I will not have to use that money? No, they can't. Right? So that's beyond what they actually promise. Did I answer your question, Jawad, bro?
No, no. I think I'm good now. I
Okay,
got it.
okay, okay. Wonderful. Let's use read the next verse. That should be today's last verse. Ye api anya devata bhakta
ये आपि
Yapi
अन्य देवता
annidevata
भक्ता
bhakta
yajante shriddhayanvitaha
यजन्ते
yajante
श्रद्धयान्विताः
yadvitaha
tepi mameva kaunteya
तेऽपि
tepi
मामेव
mameva
कौन्तेय
kunteya
yajanti avidi purvakam.
यजन्ति
yajanti
आर्वधि
avidi
पूर्वकम्.
purvakam.
Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship me only, O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. Now, important verses are coming about Devata worship. What is Krishna saying? Other Devatas are actually the different department heads, like the Prime Minister has under him there is a health minister, finance minister, and then other ministers, right? What do? They report ultimately to chief minister, prime minister. So they are actually given the in charge of particular department. Similar way, the devatas are in charge of different departments. And when someone worship these devatas, they actually indirectly worship Krishna only. but they do it in wrong way. What is the meaning of wrong way? Because they desire for something which is temporary in nature, about the same thing which we spoke few verses back, of that lady who was asking Krishna that you give me that pile of wood on my head. So the same thing we do when we approach devatas, we talk about temporary goals of our life. We look for temporary fruits of our life, for our life. That I want to take care of my family, I want to take care of this. You protect my house, you protect of my family, you have to protect my this, you provide money. You see, all the festivals, Indian festivals, they are completely perverted now. Diwali, what are we supposed to do on Diwali? We are supposed to worship Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi. What do? We fire crackers. We create more pollution. We eat sweets and spoil our health. Right? The Diwali is celebrated because Lord Ram comes back to Ayodhya. What does that represent? Diwali represent that we invite Lord Ram to come and stay in our heart. That is why we put lamps. That is why we put candles. Because that's what Ayodhya Vasi did when Lord Ram came back after 14 years of Vanvas. So the idea is we welcome Lord Ram in our heart. We welcome Mother Sita Lakshman in our heart. What does that mean? That bring bhakti in my life. But what we do, we don't ask for those things. We fire crackers and then we do some nonsense here and there, thinking that that's Diwali. Similar way, other festivals. What do? On Ganesh Chaturthi, we are supposed to welcome Ganesh because he is the one who wrote actually Veda. Vyas was asking him and he was writing all the Vedas. What do? At least in India, I remember they will bring Ganpati, they will ask money from every house, and what do? They actually do wine parties with those money. They will put Bollywood songs and then they will do all nonsense with that money. Sometimes Ganpati is behaving like a Sachin Tendulkar. Sometimes Ganpati is like a Rajnikant. Now, where is Rajnikant? Where is Lord Ganesha? He is such a powerful personality. He is the son of Lord Shiva. You now bring him to the platform of all these mundane people. And then after 8 or 9 days, you do Ganpati. What do is you put a Visarjan. And how do they do Visarjan? When the Ganpati doesn't go in the water, they stand on that deity. That the deity should go in. They have big bulldozers to break those idols so that they dissolve in water. And at least from the city I was coming, so what would happen is we would have riots because Muslims would be there and they will attack Hindus and it will become a big chaos. A lot of people died in the all that stuff. Is that festival? That is the completely perverted reflection of actual festivals. So here, when Krishna is saying you worship the demigod or devatas, you are actually worshipping me. Right? Because they are the in charge. For example, when man pours water on the leaves and branches of the tree without pouring the water on the root, he does so without sufficient knowledge. I was seeing the other day, what is this guy was doing? They have a big truck and they were watering the leaves and branches of the tree. And I was just shocked. You are supposed to water the root of the tree because when you water the root of the tree, the branches and the leaves get nourishment. But you're not doing that. Similarly, what is root? Root is actually Lord Krishna. We try to actually root these, we want to give water to the branches and leaves, which is not going to give the fulfillment. Similarly, everyone is to offer his worship to the Supreme Lord only. That will automatically satisfy the different officers and directors of the Lord. The officers and directors are engaged as representative of government. And to offer some bribe to the officers and directors is illegal. That is what we do. We go to different devata's temple and we offer him some coin, some nariyal, whatever it is, the coconut, that you fulfill my desire. At least that's what I used to do before coming to Krishna consciousness. In other words, Krishna does not approve the unnecessary worship of the demigod. Very, very important. Any questions or comments in this verse before we wind up?
No, I have a same observation like what you mentioned on the Ganesh Chaturthi, right?
Hmm.
So different design of statues. So these things are like these are the development in last 15 years.
Correct,
Before
bro.
it was
Correct.
not like that.
Correct.
Yeah, they put Rajnikant, they put
Hmm.
some cricketer and all those things,
Hmm.
and somehow the old people who follow the old culture, they also approve it, they also enjoy it.
Correct.
So it's little bit things are changing, I would say.
Correct. That is the unfortunate thing.
Right.
Because when we do not, it is like, no, let me just turn it back, right? So it is like we have forgot the principles. Now we are modifying everything for our own enjoyment. What is the song? I still remember the song. It was very, very old. I used to be a small kid, which is not even 15 actually. I'm 45 now. So I'm talking about maybe around 25 to 30 years back. There used to be a song, Deva o Deva, Ganpati Deva, tumse badkar kaun? स्वामी तुमसे बढ़कर कौन और तुम्हारे भक्त जनों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन. What am I trying to do here? Am I trying to glorify Ganesha, or am I trying to prove my position that I am the best devotee? This is all perverted reflection. What is the thought here? The thought here is I am not trying to glorify the demigod or devatas. I want to glorify myself. And we keep singing these songs. I'm like, such a stupid. I used to sing. I didn't understand the meaning. What am I trying to do here? Right? It is so perverted. I still remember um, that money they will collect, they will actually use that money to drink and do alcoholism and all that stuff with that money. Same way Shivratri. I used to be a big fan of Shivratri. What they would do, oh, Lord Shiva is drinking the bhang. You drink the bhang and you do all nonsense. Well, that's not what Lord Shiva is all about. He is a Param Vaishnava. He is actually showing, you see him always meditating. Whom is he meditating on? Mother Parvati asked him, my Lord, you're always meditating. Whom are you meditating on? I'm meditating on Lord Ram. What a wonderful qualities he has. Look at him, right? And Mother Parvati, this is a beautiful class which was given a couple of weeks back when on the Ramanomi. So Mother Parvati says, my Lord, you see your Lord Ram is crying for Mother Sita like an ordinary man. He doesn't look like a supreme personality of Godhead. So she decided to test Lord Ram. She came to where Lord Ram, I think this is after Panchavati, this is Pampa Sarovar near Kishkinda Kshetra. She came in the forest and Lord Ram was coming from the opposite side. And what she understood, that he is so mad after his wife that he forgot his identity. He doesn't remember, he doesn't know what has to be done. What did he say to Mother Sita? Oh, sorry, to Mother Parvati. Mother, what are you doing here? You should be on the Kailash Parvat with Lord Shiva. Please go now. And she was shocked. I thought this guy is just completely mad about his wife and just crying like a regular man. And then she realizes, yes, that's why Lord Shiva is meditating always on Lord Ram, because that's how so wonderful he is. And what do we do on Shivratri? We do all nonsense. People take ganja, people do all nonsense with thinking that it is Shivratri. Complete perverted reflection. Complete perverted reflection. Mother's Day. Yesterday was a Mother's Day. Who is the mother? Well, definitely a mother who gave me the birth is definitely a mother, but there is a bigger mother beyond her, Mother Sita. It was a beautiful class on Mother Sita's appearance, like Mother Sita on Mother's Day actually yesterday. I don't know how many of us were there in that class. Amazing class talking about who is the supreme mother of all of our mothers. We lost the principles behind what we do. Now we are just caught up in details, right? I think I went over time 5 minutes. Any final questions or comments before we wind up?
No, not from me.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Shila Prabhupada ki jai.
Right.
We
Thank
will
you.
continue next Monday. I was just sharing. Maybe, let me just go ahead and stop recording, and then we can take it